It's just different.
All right, we're just about ready to get going. Bolts, thank you for casting my match. Watch my boys get get some hands put on them a little bit. But thank you for the raid as well. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Pigeon Boys versus Papa and Sons. Pigeon Boys, kind of a FuryAintMad mainstay, if you will. And looks like teams are coming in. We'll transition. Oh, nice bolts. Nice. Border looks much better. I didn't take off too much, but if you guys say that it's better, it's better. If you look, I'm just kind of like a little meticulous on these things, but if you look at the top, like there's a little gap between the scoreboards and the border itself, but whatever. We're rolling 0-0 Tier 4 Division 12 on the East region of Indy Gaming League. Nice touch there from Midnight Sack, captain of Pigeon Boys. What up, Jax? Wes Mantooth serves it up, and Mike Rithgen sauces it on. You get the touch here from Wes. Mike comes up. And with 4:20 left in game one, it is a best of 5. Fury, that's like a 2-pixel gap. Black Licorice, nothing gets past him. He sees the 4:20 on the clock. He's got to let us know. Touch there from Mikey. Mike Rithgen. I mean, if you're usual, if you're usual to the channel, you know what Mike Rithgen is capable of. You know a Midnight Sack and what he can do. Wes Mantooth, I get more of Pigeon Boys 2's games than I do 3's. But they are a good squad. Again, Papa and Sons. Never seen them before. 1-3 on the season, but we'll see what they provide. Here is Little Horse, captain of Papa and Sons. Just gets a midfield snipe here. Good shot.
I wouldn't venture out there, fellas. This sniper's got talent.
And patience will pay off on that one to tie it up. 3:42 left. Your mom's friend, what up? All right, gotta get off. I got school tomorrow. Big sad. Just want to say thank you, Jax. Always good to see you in any capacity. Pyle's trying to get the pigeons unleashed. Oh man, pigeons are gross. Ugh, make my skin crawl. Actually coming around. Good offense from Papa and Sons. Did someone... And Little Horse had a computer crash, but the teams are more than welcome to play through. It isn't IGL rules. Let me inform him. So it's 2-1. I mean, you hate to see it happen like this, but with 3 minutes left, still plenty of time for Little Horse to get back into the match. And these are the things that are susceptible to happen to anyone on any given IGL week. And, you know, we're still beholden to Kill Switch from Mafia here to check you and your sound out in real time. Thanks, man. I was talking to oh, what up, Battle Axe? Just poop on them everywhere. Yeah, pigeons, man. But 3-1, and as I was saying, that you know, we're just it's just technology. It's imperfect, pretty much like anything else in this world. We have to deal with it, but hopefully Little Horse can get back in here. He said his computer crashed, so that's usually not too big an issue. I did inform him that he can join as soon as he can. And they're ready, but look at the Papa and Sons. Maybe just the Sons right now. I don't know if Little Horse is, which one he is. But they're either down a Papa or a Son. But only 3-2. Good shot from Wes. Wes is looking very good early. A lot of authority in his touches and his shots. Mike Richardson puts up. But Trent the Burt, yeah, appreciate you stopping by. I think I had to. I know there's a lot of Mafia teams, but I think I had to deny yours if it came from Kill Switch. I messaged. Unless that's just you, then you know. But we're under 2 minutes. Mike Richardson wants a touch. Doesn't go. And they're trying to hold him off. Nice save there. Midnight Sack puts it on and just droops it in. Yeah, that's it. Okay, all right. Yeah. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming through, hanging out. Yeah, it's hard. I like to keep things just first come, first serve on the channel. I feel like if I start playing favorites or anything, like that's a slippery slope. Busak has you scheduled tomorrow. Yes, they do. They do. I was glad to get that one done. There was some back and forth in Discord, but yeah, we're gonna be getting that. Wes Mantooth again, nice touch up in the air, low on boost. 50s there, coming down to 60 seconds. Touch there, drooping down. Romans gets behind him, and you know, you're kind of in a rough spot in a 2v3. Touch there, Midnight Sack. But like I was saying, you're kind of in a rough spot in a 2v3. Obviously, you need to keep the same amount of pressure you would with 3 men on the field. But again, just like a normal match, you need to protect your back end. Make sure no cheap goals or cheap balls are slipping back. Easy. Mike Richardson's earning that one. Sheriff won't be playing, unfortunately, but I'm here to support the sack. Oh, what happened with Sheriff? I hope all is well. Unless it's private, then we definitely don't have to discuss it. And your mom's friend gracing our presence, coming all the way from tier 2 to say he likes that play. But here we are, 10 seconds, and game 1 is going to end this way. And the unfortunate thing is, nice cross here, more points, 6-2, 3 seconds left.
So, you like kicking butts, do ya?
What up, Bob? But this is where things get tricky. Per IGL rules, they cannot start another game in a 2v3. So if the computer never comes back up, then it's over right here. 7-2, no Brazil. Just a lot of points. And a big decisive win. Pigeon Boys strike first. We're gonna take some time here. I need to ping the captains. What is this 2v3? You know, I'm gonna have to step in. Hold on. Let me get some music for you guys. We're gonna sort this out.
It's just different.
Okay, looks like he's joining back up. Hopefully he doesn't get another crash. But we should, if not finish the series, at least get another game in. There, he's joining us now. Little Horace. Little Horace had one of the 2 goals, at least one. I don't remember if he had the other for his team. So obviously a 2v3 has the, you know, just the well-known disadvantages. But if one of your better players is the one that goes down, then obviously it's that much harder. Jelly, what up, man? Me and Jelly Cactus, we were getting it in on Gridiron last night. Touch there, Midnight Sack. No remorse, just comes for blood right out of the gate. Just trying to give Little Horace a nice welcome back to the lobby. Nice 50 there. Wes pops. Off the wall, double commit. This might be trouble for Horace. He's in the back. But a Midnight Sack is going to wait. Off the backboard. Could use a shooter. Mike Richard's up. No go there. Pyro says, I hate Gridiron. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm a Gridiron main now. I fell in love with it. Here we are, Krusty Krab Pizza. I like that. He didn't get to call his name too much in game 1, and Wes Mantooth is looking to get the Pigeon Boys to 3-2 on the season. They're eyeballing playoffs as they go up 1-0 in game 2. Bolts, yeah, see, Bolts loves good. Yeah, Pyro, you're a non-believer, man. Oh, hey, they're playing again. Nice. Yeah. Everything got settled. He's back in. And hopefully we don't get another crash. We could just finish the series clean. But, you know, kind of a bit of an asterisk on that. Oh, Midnight Sack. Let's take a look here.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
And that's kind of what you get from patience. There was a bit of a Clint Eastwood stare down outside the orange net. No one really wanted. Midnight Sack just pops up and lets it rip, and that is goal number 2. While Papa and Son's desperately searching for the goal here. Pigeon Boys are cracked. Pigeon Boys are good. They're definitely good. They had a nice little playoff run last circuit. I think their 2's team got a little farther. Roman's eyeballing it, pops it up. He can use a shooter. And there's Krusty Krab Pizza. He said, oh, you didn't call my name? Well, I'm going to give you a reason to.
Can I get a, oh yeah?
So 2-1, Pop and Sons are on the board, and you know, go figure, they're a lot better when they have all 3 players on their team. Midnight Sack puts it out to midfield. Wes Mantooth coming around. He's low on boost, gets starved. He's in no man's land there, but of course he has 2 teammates to help him out. Little Horace gets in the way of a would-be clear. So now Wes back on the play. Good cross there. Mike Richardson comes up, but meets Horace with a good save there. Now Krusty Krab Pizza getting in on the defensive side here. Touch out off the wall. Wes Mantooth pops up. Anybody's ball. We've seen a Midnight Sack.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
Buzzing around the Pigeon Boys, always with the Pigeon Toppers. Krusty Krab, good cross there, a set, but the way it was drooping down and the kind of speed it had, or the lack thereof, it was kind of anybody's ball. So, bit of the quick and the dead, if you will. Mike Richards gonna run through you. He doesn't care if you're on his team, the other team. He just wants to get to the ball. Coming off. No touch from Krusty Krab. As Romans with a good clear. But Rithgen keeps pressure. Pops back on. Could use a shooter. Wes Mantooth. Wes has been throwing daggers all series long. So I would not give him space if you're Papa and Sons. Horace coming in, and Krusty Krab gonna get a nice little shot there off of Wes Mantooth, off the wall. Krusty Krab putting the pizza on the map, and we're tied 2-2. Is the pizza for just you and me. Touch there. Krusty Krab puts it on. Krusty Krab getting a hot hand here. And maybe a caster curse that's working out for him. I said I didn't call his name in game 1, and he just shuts me up immediately. Down to 60 seconds. Touch around, coming off the wall. JoJo likes bolds. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate you hanging out. Little Horse trying to get a solo play, but now he can use a shooter. He gets the bump on the other captain, and just no one really came up to support it. Looked like his teammates were a little too far back, not really spread out on the field. As JoJo uses the body bag emote immediately. That makes sense. It could be onto something. Dads are always tight with money. And we're going to get overtime, it looks like, unless Rithgen is able to pull a rabbit out of a hat. It will hit the ice. We are 2-2. And let's get it on. This would work wonders for Papa and Sons. It would pretty much turn this series into a best of 3 after they had their captain.
Ooh.
After they had their captain disconnect from a PC crash. And that would definitely even up the series and even up the playing field, but they do not want to get on match point as Wes Mantooth had ill intent on that aerial. Romans swinging around. Mike Rithgen touches to, no one in particular. Romans coming around. Nice cross. Mike Rithgen with a good touch there. He's going to try to double it. Gets back on, beats Little Horse. Horse trying to backflip into the play. Boost is an issue. Cross. And no shooter. Well played by Krusty Krab. Touch from Midnight Sack. Who's, at the risk of starting a caster's curse, I'll say that a Midnight Sack has been pretty quiet. And at the very least in regulation. Cross there, Wes Mantooth. Kind of on the wrong side of the 50. Off the backboard, another touch. And it's a Midnight Sack. Once his name called, a minute 22 in.
Can I get a, oh yeah?
And Little Horace, that was his play to make. Krusty Krab was looking like a proud boy, standing down and standing by, hoping his captain will make the clear. But a Midnight Sack, captain of the Pigeon Boys, 5-0-1, 2 goals, a save, and 12 shots from PB. So we got here Sean X in the building. We got Lunchbox hanging out. Appreciate the cheers, my man. GG both teams for sure. For sure. Overtime. Overtime will break some hearts for sure. But we'll see. It is now match point. Pigeon Boys trying to give themselves an early night here and knocking on the door of a 3-0 sweep. And I totally slipped on Pyro's comment. I would never use a broom to pick up bird shit though. I will say that. I will say that. I do not want to go to Expiro's house now. Or at the very least, I don't want to see your broom or your dustpan. Well, here we are. Nice cross. Wes Mantooth gets on, and the Pigeon boys, they just look on it. In every facet you can imagine in a threes contest, they are checking all the boxes. Nice touch there from Sack. Goes in, goes for the demo, gets it to go.
Damn it, Bobby.
But well played by Papa and Son's defense, and they put one on. And that play is brought to you by Rotations. Midnight Sack getting back, sliding into the net, and making a save and clear. Just put 2 and 2 together. Broom to get shit with. I'm gonna need a pooper scooper. Oh, what up, Sphinx? Wes Mantooth, good win on the wall there, and he goes wide, but he did just about everything right except the shot, which sounds a little silly, but oh, dangerous here. Romans coming on. And I keep saying this, but Romans has also been quiet in this series so far. He's going to want to step up, even if it's on the defensive side of things. Make a save, make it clear. Just help take pressure off your teammates. No touches. Big clear from Sack. And it's a 3v1 perhaps. And yes, there's little Horace. But he says no sweat. He stays cool, calm, collected as he makes a clear on the ice. Touch there. Nice little sequence there from Papa and Sons. And little Horace, the more I watch him, the more he does look like the best player for Papa and Sons.
También se prepara este mangranero, el pirata, por cierto, las reacciones en el banquillo.
¡Ojo, Cristiano! ¡Cristiano del área! ¡Sigue Cristiano! ¡Gol!
A bit of an own goal, but, you know, little Horace was putting pressure. And that's kind of the name of the game more often than not. Just keep pressure, stay as accurate as possible, and make the defender try to make a play. You know, if you don't contest, you don't shoot, then you kind of take the ball out of their hands, no pun. Bob says, why does Rotations ever sponsor our team? Yeah, facts. Expiro is here. Expiro saw us get tuned up a little while ago on Bolts' channel. Still appreciate the support. Nice touch there from Horace. And again, I want to build him up a little more. I am a prime example that the captain is not always the best player on the team. But Horace is definitely looking at it. He's definitely trying to rally his teammates just off performance. Obviously, we don't have access to their voice chat, but he is doing enough on the field and with his play to hype up his squad. Coming around, nice cross from Mike. Nothing going. Nonsense, your legitness. I'm okay. I'm just not the best player on our team. I'm arguably the worst. If nothing else, gave them emotional support. Oh, for sure. Always. Always, always. Wes up on the wall. He has full boost. Krusty Krab handles it well. Good touch from him. If that had gotten behind him,
Yeah, but that backflip though.
things would have been very interesting for Papa and Sons. Mike Rithgen trying to do a lot with the little boost as he gets tackled in the orange corner. Horace puts a screamer on, but it is wide as we are ticking down to 60 seconds left. Arguably, Bob, you make that joke every time I say it. Every time. $50 there. Coming across. Not a lot doing, but advantage Pigeon Boys for the time being. Goal goes on. Midnight Sack comes in, and now we're down to 30. So, although all that was taking place on the orange side of the ice, it definitely drained a ton of clock as Papa and Sons are trying to grind out this 1-goal win to avoid a 3-0 sweep. This looks fast. This looks tricky. West Mantooth. He's trying to play this one. Will hit the ground. And Papa and Sons are going to, well, I would say go down swinging, but, you know, reverse sweeps are a thing. So maybe they're just swinging. Already up here, little Horace. No disconnection, no PC crash. MVP 316, 1 goal on the game.
It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
And I'll hop in a spectate here, and still match point for Pigeon Boys, but they're going to try desperately to avoid a Game 5. We always talk about Game 5s on this channel. They're ruthless. They're unforgiving. You don't want to be in them. But, so yeah, I mean, by virtue of all that, you just want to avoid them at all costs. Good cross there! And West Mantooth gets the cross and the save. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. Still a lot of boost.
Why would you kill him like that?
Nice cross there, and the crosses are there, and that's what Pigeon Boys based their first 2 wins off of, was that nice team play, nice passes, nice sets, but they're lacking the shooting aspect of it. If someone is usually in the area but just not ready to bite on the shot, and they're gonna have to address that somehow, some way, either stopping the crosses or getting someone to get a little more aggressive when it's time to shoot. Bolt says, I think Papa and Sons might want to be in a Game 5. I mean, look, before the game starts, if you asked anyone, be like, hey, do you want this to go to a Game 5? You know, you'll get a lot of no's. Touch it around, nice save from Midnight Sack. Krusty Krab gets caught off guard. He's at midfield, popping down. 50 there. Romans with the save. Good play from him. And we had talked a little about him and what he could contribute in this particular series. And I think we just saw it there. Just hang out in the back, maintain defense, and get a good clear when it's available. Lunchbox still hanging out, enjoying it. I'm slow. Just giving you crap. No, it was legit. That was legit. And we are just moseying along here, and this is where maybe not the Pigeon Boys in particular, but a team in their particular situation will maybe get discouraged, start overthinking what the series actually is, that they're actually still in the driver's seat. So it's interesting to see what Papa and Sons can conjure up here. Mike Rithgen in the back. It also looks like the boys have turned down the aggression a little bit as well. 10 because expired Pyro is here, and he's cool. And Pyro's my guy. Touch there. Off the backboard. No touch. Krusty Krab had that big game a couple games ago, but obviously resulted in a loss. But if he could get going again and get Papa and Sons playing some hard-nosed defense that they've been putting out. Horace with a huge clear. 100 for being a team captain, arguably the worst on the squad. Yeah, Lunchbox. You and I do not hesitate to bench ourselves at all. Touchy crossing, but appreciate the cheers, man. Appreciate you. Just stopping by. You always know that that's enough for this channel. We're just chilling, watching Rocket League. Nice touch there from Sack. And we may get a 0-0 overtime as neither team is flinching here at match point Game 4. Romans pops it. Fury, where's the notification? They're not popping up. I hear the little chimes. I bench myself Sunday. Yeah, it's necessary, man. Players know. Any player, like captain or not, you just know when you're on and when you're not. Not for bits, silly. Oh, like the little graphic? I can hear the chime. Chat, what's he talking about? Is he right? Or is Twitch bugging? Touch there off the wall, and here we are. Here we are, 30 seconds to go. And Midnight Sack with a late goal. And we talked about Papa and Son's defense. And that should have been their saving grace.
That was legitness.
But their backman Romans, who has been playing just red hot on the defensive side of the ball, kind of coughs it up outside his net and leaves a nice easy chip shot in for a Midnight Sack. Owen touching out. Midnight Sack going. He wants more points. He knows they could come back, so he wants them to fill it. 11 seconds left, 2-0. As Pigeon Boys are breaking it wide open here.
Oh, like that!
Caster curse without casting. Get that hashtag going. And this should be it. Maybe a goal to grow on, but no, it is the Pigeon Boys. 3-1. Papa and Sons. They started the series with technical difficulties, a PC crash, and they are out of here. GG's in the chat. And Bob's feeling the Pigeon Boys. Midnight Sack, MVP, 433, 2 goals, a save, 9 shots from them. To, you know, the 6 saves to Papa and Sons, two saves apiece. They just could not hold on in those last 30 seconds. So let me call out to a Midnight Sack. He's definitely no stranger to the channel, to the winner's circle here. Sometimes he needs a break though. What the hell? Way to put the effing Pigeon on. GG's to all players in both teams. GG's. Thank you, Lunchbox. Thank you so much. Let me give a... Here, I don't know why I just thought of this. Lunchbox is a fellow streamer. He just needs the average viewers, and he'll be affiliate. So go check him out if you can. Yeah, my guy, Sack. What's up, man?
What's up, Fury? How you doing, dude?
How you doing? You know, I joke around. I tell everyone these conversations are bittersweet because it means you won, but then you have to talk to me. So you know.
Yeah, you know, it's part of the deal, though.
Right,
Give
right.
and take.
Right. So look at you. I don't cast your threes games too often, but we were able to get it done. You're the leading scorer here. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I don't know if I played particularly better than the rest of my team.
No. Just in the pregame stats here, the stats coming into the game.
Leading scorer on the team.
Yeah, has you at a goal, a little over a goal a game.
Oh, yeah. I didn't play last week, so the average might be skewed. If I had a little more data, it might be lower. But you know, yeah, it's going well. The rest of the team is, you know, really starting to figure out how to generate scoring opportunities, and I just happen to be there for them. Those last 2 goals I had in Game 4 were not really all too pretty, but you know,
right.
Gotta get them done.
Well, I mean, do you want to be pretty or you want to get the win?
Right, yeah. Just sometimes got to stick your nose in there.
So obviously, you know, you hate to see it, whether it's happening to your own team or the team you're facing. They had the PC crash for their captain, Little Horse.
Yeah, I never know how to handle that situation ethically. It's like, you know, you're in the game, so you have to pile it on in case he comes back.
Right.
But, you don't want to do it because it's such a dick move.
Yeah, it is. It does put It does put the other team in a tight spot. I've seen it played both ways. I've seen it played 3 different ways actually. I've seen both teams not know the rules, so that everyone will just like freeze up. But IGL rules state you just play through. They can return. No substitutions are able to be made.
We got burned by it before.
Exactly.
By not putting our pedal to the metal there. So we decided to just.
Was that last circuit in the playoffs?
No, I don't think it was last circuit. I think it was. It might have been 2 circuits ago. I'm not sure, but I remember we didn't play as hard as we should have, and then he came back in, and we ended up losing a game. So it was never gonna forget that one, and we just kept going.
Right. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's the third option is just, okay, boom, just you smell blood in the water, then it's time to hunt and just lay it on thick.
Well, I have no idea how well they're going to play after
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
We lose that game, then,
right.
What was the point, so.
Right. No, exactly. And that's why, it's so easy to make a case for either, because it gets kind of weird, because then the other team will kind of feel like you're talking about like an ethical response. The other team will feel obligated to like, okay, we'll just wait for him to come back and the ball will just roll. But if the score is in a weird spot, like on a tie, or the people not having difficulties are down a point or 2, it's so weird. So I think as a caster, I would probably prefer just to play through. Just go with the rules.
What about a player? What do you prefer as a player?
As a player. Damn, it's hard to say. If I'm an undefeated team and we're in week 5, and the other team's messing up, I'll probably hold off, if I'm being honest. But if I'm like grinding, trying to get like my seeding for playoffs before they start, I'm gonna tee off. we're gonna get that to go. What's that?
We're in the 19 spot going into tonight. So I mean,
yeah.
If we don't win, we're not getting in. So
yeah,
we needed to win this one,
Definitely, and if it's that close, you'll need to win next week. That sounds like a tight playoff race for your division.
Yeah, we have like 9 people at 2-2, and about half of them are in and half of them are out right now. So 4-2 will get you in. But if we go 3-3, and we end up needing that tiebreaker game, that's massive. So
yeah, exactly. All right, so enough of all that. This match in particular, who are we giving the game ball to?
I'd have to give it to Wes Mantooth here. Mm-hmm. He was really aggressive in the offensive zone and generated a lot of the offensive opportunities.
Yes.
And we really needed that because later in the series goals were hard to come by.
Yes.
And they were playing some great defense on their side. So we needed someone to just sort of get something going on offense, and Wes really got it going.
See, that's why I like these post-game interviews. Just 2 IGL captains just chopping it up, because you and I both saw the same exact thing, is that Wes Mantooth was playing really great, really aggressive, but not he was playing the good version of aggression. Mm-hmm. He wasn't jumping in front of you guys. He wasn't his touches weren't crazy careless, and whether he was getting the shot or his shot was turning into a pass, you said it perfectly, is that he was definitely a key component.
Yeah, as soon as he recognized it was his ball, he was going. So that's the mindless Rocket League that we kind of needed at the moment, and it was great. He was on everything.
All right, so game ball to him. I'm glad I could see you guys. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, give it a Wes.
Nice. I might have to think of something tangible that goes there. I can track all the people that get game balls and maybe who gets the most on the channel. I think that sounds fun.
It does sound like a cool little feature to add.
Yeah, I might write that one down here. But
you have some kind of like tally.
yeah, you but the floor is yours, sir. You know how it goes. You could give your shout outs, any plugs you got, or just anything that we didn't touch on that maybe you want to talk about the matchup.
No. I mean, those situations are pretty awkward when they lose someone, but yeah, no, just happy to be talking to you again. It's been a couple of weeks here. We're kind of struggling in twos, trying to get ourselves in the playoffs next week, and glad to win this one. I mean, if we didn't win this one, we weren't going to make the playoffs. So
Right.
Gotta win next week to guarantee we're in. But just happy to get through it because these divisions are way tougher than last year.
Yeah, the East, man. The East has some killers.
Yeah. Every week it's a battle. I mean, tonight it never felt like safe. It was just scrapping the whole time. You know.
Yep. Yeah, and that's something we didn't touch on really is win percentage is everything for tiebreakers. So obviously, a 3-0 would have been fantastic for you guys.
I know.
But you get the 3-1, still pretty good. What were comms like after you missed the sweep opportunity?
Yeah, we were a little disappointed, but we were glad we came out and took care of business in Game 4. But yeah, I mean, like you said, if we lose next week and we end up losing out on win percentage, we'll look back at Game 3 a little bit there. But
yeah,
we've lost out on game percentage plenty of times in the playoffs, just because of how I don't know if you remember the divisions used to be massive. I don't know if you were playing back then, but there was like 64 teams in a division, and you had to go 5-1 and get some luck sometimes, and it was tough. So yeah, those game win percentages are massive, and
yes,
glad we got a 4-game win this week.
Yeah, because over a 6-week season, you can only get so much spread. Like there's going to be a lot of teams with the same record.
Yeah, and a lot of teams will and most of the teams wouldn't have even played each other, so it's totally random, So
something I would like for IGL to incorporate, and they may have done it in this past offseason. I haven't looked into it because I'm the worst. But they don't account for head-to-head victories as a tiebreaker, which I think that would be cool. Like if there's
I think that would be a big one.
Right.
Why don't they do longer seasons? I mean, they have so many seasons. I don't understand why they don't cut a season out and make it a little bit longer.
Yeah, and that might be something they explore down the line. I haven't heard any official talks of it. But it's a grind. I mean, the players feel it. I'm sure they feel it behind the scenes, just, facilitating everything. There's a lot of moving parts back there. Because Rocket League isn't their only game. They do a lot. And I think right now it's structured the way they like. Because, between regular season and all the way through championships, it's 10 weeks. Well, Lunchbox is saying 8 weeks, 12 weeks total. No, it's 6. It's 6 and 4.
Yeah, 6 and 4.
Yeah,
it's
6 and 4.
6 weeks and 4 rounds of playoffs. I would love it to be 8 weeks. That to me would be perfect. But I didn't know so many people did other leagues. What other leagues are people mostly into after Rocket League and IGL?
You said you're asking?
Yeah.
I think I've heard Apex. I see Mage Quit a lot.
Oh, true.
Yeah, they have a list. But Rocket League is it's team based. It's easy to spectate and cast on the matches. It keeps increasing with popularity. Obviously, going free to play.
And if you have a soundboard, I mean, that's like Sorry, the soundboard is really what makes it. I mean, I can feel the soundboard going off when I hit make a demo in these matches. It's amazing.
I love it. Pyro says soundboard makes it all. Well, now you guys are making me self-conscious because like if I get called up to like RLCS or anything, they're not gonna let me use that shit. So I'm gonna have to carry my own weight eventually. But we'll see. Hopefully my voice becomes more tolerable when we get there.
Yeah, maybe just have it like a little bit quieter so they can't quite hear it,
Yeah.
behind you or something.
just get a modder or something.
Yeah.
But all right, we'll kill it there, man. Unless you have something else you wanted to mention.
No. Thanks for doing this, Fury. I know it
course.
was right after a match and everything. So love being on the channel, and huge win.
Yeah, congrats. Good luck going forward. I didn't know your playoff race was that tight, so that's gonna be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, huge. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Later,
Fury.
man. Peace.
Later.
All right, a midnight sack. Like I'm sure you gathered it if you've never seen him before, but yeah, him and I have been talking on the channel, winning post-game interviews since last circuit. Lunchbox, I think one of my teams is leading his division for playoffs 4-0. Hell yeah, Lunchbox. I love it. Pyro says, Fury cough, PayPal cough. Let me check my emails. Let me see. And Expiro, you're too good to me, man. I don't know if you want me to say the amount. I had to challenge the bits. Okay, Lunchbox, I think Expiro wants you to know that he just dropped 10 into my PayPal. I don't know why people make it a competition. Challenge the bits. No, Lunchbox is my guy. That's why I gotta shout him out. I like his stream. I like his org. I like his org, his teams. However, your PayPal gave away your info. Ooh, we'll talk later. Your real name. Oof. I might have to fix that then. Bits. Alright, we're gonna rate someone before this gets out of hand. I mean, that's gotta be close to $10, right? I think all added up. Stop, guys. Alright, we're gonna get the raid going. We're gonna keep some Rocket League going. I got... Who is it? Band Geek playing. He's doing a match right now, so we'll pop in on him. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Yeah, light night tonight.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! Meatloaf! What is she doing? I never know what she's doing back there.